Two. He comes in and picks up where everybody else left off.
Oh, Steph's 5 for 5!
Well, on your side, that's how you're getting a tiny bit of separation. Oh my goodness.
Come on! 6 for 6!
Wardell Stephen Curry, widely regarded as the greatest shooter of all time, just secured his first Olympic gold medal in classic Steph Curry fashion. After a standout performance where he torched Serbia and was undoubtedly the MVP of that game, it seemed impossible that he could top that. Yet, in the very next game, he did just that. Throughout the Olympics, many questioned why Curry remained in the starting lineup despite his inconsistent shooting. But this is exactly why Steph Curry has the unique ability to catch fire like few other stars can.
Two. He comes in and picks up where everybody else left off.
Oh, Steph's 5 for 5!
Well, on your side, that's how you're getting a tiny bit of separation. Oh my goodness.
Come on! 6 for 6!
It's this ability, combined with his off-ball gravity, that makes Steph Curry an elite threat capable of putting games out of reach in the blink of an eye. From the start of group play to the beginning of the Serbia game, we hadn't seen the usual Steph Curry, the one everyone expected. But when the moment was the biggest, not only did he show up, he was the hero of those moments. Watching LeBron James and Kevin Durant sit back and let Steph take over was peak cinema. This wasn't the first time Team USA faced France on an international stage. Before these Olympics, France and the United States clashed in the gold medal game in Tokyo, where Kevin Durant took over and led the team to victory, though in a different style. Seeing Steph Curry step into that 2020 Kevin Durant role and finally secure the gold medal he's been chasing was a sight to behold. Unlike the Serbia game, Team USA hadn't had the chance to play this French team before the final, but they had an idea of what to expect and used that to test out lineup combinations and strategies. The strategy that worked best? Giving Steph Curry the ball and letting him shoot. However, France posed a unique challenge with their formidable size, featuring the twin towers of Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert. Though Gobert's best highlight was questionable, Wembanyama definitely gave Team USA some trouble. For most of the exhibition games and even leading up to the gold medal match, the United States rarely faced a zone defense. But France exploited Wembanyama's size and the absence of the defensive 3-second rule, running a zone with him stationed in the middle of the paint. The zone kept Team USA somewhat stagnant and perimeter-focused, an approach that could have worked against any other team. But Team USA had players who could knock down perimeter shots and force a team out of a zone, which is what eventually happened. With Wembanyama as the solo big, France used either a 2-3 or 3-2 zone, with Wembanyama anchoring the middle or playing at the bottom. But in the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter, those zones morphed into man-to-man defense with occasional reckless doubles, leading to wide-open dunks or threes. The zone had been France's biggest advantage, potentially limiting what Team USA could do, but they were eventually forced to switch to man-to-man. This change made it much harder for them to guard Team USA straight up, especially when Steph Curry got going in the final minutes. Before diving into that, let's start from the beginning. In the first quarter, both teams played evenly, with both sides hitting shots, getting stops, and executing typical basketball actions. This was a completely different start compared to the Serbia game, where the United States seemed to lack heart. But from the start, Wembanyama came to play, scoring early and aggressively. Despite his efforts, France found themselves down by 5 heading into the second quarter. In previous games, Team USA had used the second quarter to create massive separation between themselves and their opponents. But unlike those past games, the separation here wasn't massive, though it was there. Team USA began breaking down the zone by hitting outside shots and attacking in transition before the zone could set up. By the end of another back-and fourth quarter, the United States held a lead at halftime, though this time it wasn't a double-digit lead. Heading into the third quarter up by 8, the United States began taking advantage of France abandoning the zone. France kept pace and even outscored Team USA by 2 points in the third, largely due to the Americans becoming their own worst enemy with sloppy turnovers, 7 out of 12 total turnovers at that point. France capitalized on every mistake. With the final quarter arriving, the United States was left in a give-it-all-you've-got situation with a slim 6-point cushion. France refused to back down, keeping within striking distance and even shrinking the deficit to just 3 points. But with 2:50 left in the game, Steph Curry activated his takeover mode. He knocked down not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 threes in just over 2 minutes, scoring 12 of Team USA's last 16 points. Not only was he scoring the majority of the closing points, but he also closed out the game with a block at the very end. After watching Steph Curry's illustrious career, filled with championships, MVPs, scoring titles, three-point contest wins, finals MVPs, and becoming the greatest shooter of all time, there was still one thing missing: a gold medal. To see him go out there, not only helped Team USA secure that medal, but to be the one to close out the game and claim the gold, was a full-circle moment. Seeing him struggle to adjust to Olympic basketball, with critics questioning whether he should even be starting, and then watching him go on a heater in the gold medal game, was the ultimate "what are they going to say now" moment. The United States made a total of 18 threes, and 8 of those came from Steph Curry alone. LeBron James once again did his part with an all-around game, Kevin Durant was hitting tough shots, Anthony Davis made a huge impact off the bench, and Devin Booker continued to be an outstanding role player, scoring when needed, playing defense, and constantly hustling. This was likely the last time we'll ever see Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant on the same team, given their ages. To witness all these incredible moments, especially in the last 2 games, was something we'll never forget. So, what do you think about Team USA's Olympic run? Did it live up to your expectations? And what was your favorite moment from these Olympics? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.